What is going on, everybody? This is going to be a quick run through of how to get some great data sets for your own personal projects. It's a little tricky to figure out and get the data, so that's why I'm making this walkthrough. So, real quick, why do we want to use an API? Well, you can web scrape data. That's kind of a gray area. If it's just for your personal project, that's fine. If it's being used for commercial purposes, that's probably kind of maybe illegal. Also, when you're doing web scraping, you're taking the whole web page and downloading it to your PC, your server, and those bits and bytes add up, and that's a lot of data. And an API is great because you call out for data and it returns just the data you're looking for. A few months back, I was scraping some wine data off of a restaurant that I really liked, and all of a sudden I was probably fiddling with it for a week and it quit working. I went to the website, they changed their menu from being an HTML to just being a PDF. So those things can happen when you're web scraping, whereas when you're using an API, if they shut it down, fine, but chances are if they're sharing that data, they're going to keep sharing that data. That being said, let's jump right in. So if you just go out here to the internets and Google Chicago Data Portal, and here we are. Go ahead and click on that. Go to sign in. You can sign up, fill out your email address, your display name, password twice, and create my account. All right, it will send you an email and it will look something like this. You just click confirm your email address. For some reason, it says your email is not recognized. So you actually delete out your email, put it back in, put in the password you set up, and you're good to go. At least for that step. So if we go over here to the data portal, you can see I'm already signed in. I've got the username Gary Host. If I go to search and I want, let's say, crime data 2023. All right. Now this is really convenient here. They have the API. You can export and grab the whole data set, but you really can't interact with that programmatically. So we're going to want to use the API. And this here is actually a SOTA API, and you can choose the format. But if you do this without an API token, you're limited to 1,000 records, and we want the whole data set. And you can go through the API docs, developer portal. It's just really confusing, and I actually sent feedback, tried to reach out to them. Everything I was trying was just returning 1,000 records, even after setting up my token, which is kind of difficult in itself. So to set that up, you're going to want to click on your username, and of course they don't have instructions for this for whatever reason. My profile, and you actually need to hit the edit button and go to developer settings. Create a new API key, and I'll just call this demo key. You can see I was running through that before. And I'm just going to copy those. And this is going to be the secret. And copy the ID as well. Ideally, you would save this somewhere safe, maybe in a password manager like Bitwarden. But I'm just going to delete this when I'm done. By the time this video is posted, these will not be usable. There's no credit card information associated with it, but no one's going to jam up my account either. So let's go ahead and open up a terminal, and we can just curl and if we go ahead and go back to the crime data set, if my cursor stays put, and you know what, I'm going to do that in CSV format, and Control-Shift-V, and I'll just call that crime 2023.csv. And we can do a line count on that. And with the header row, we have 1001 rows. We can take a peek at that. You can do this in pandas as well. But you see, we do in fact have data. Okay. So if I could find this, let's see, API docs. API token. And this is one of the ones that kind of tripped me up because they use SodaPie, and no matter how I fiddled with this, putting in password, application ID, I couldn't get it to work. And if we look here, SodaPie, and I'm actually not sure if that is the official one. Let's say Socrata, SodaPie, unmaintained. There's another one that I found on GitHub that looked official that hadn't been updated since 2016. But that being said, in the doc somewhere, I should have really looked it up before recording. It says, if you just give the API token, that you'll get all of the results of the data set. And we still have that here. Okay, so this video went off the rails a little bit. I actually generated an API key when what I wanted was an app token. So I just kind of flail for about 10-15 minutes trying to figure out what I did wrong and scratching my head while recording. So edited that out, put this in, and let's pick back up. Just in case my copy and... Oh. Create new app token. Test app token. For demo today. Oh, this is just for a demo. I'll copy that. Again, it's got the secret token, but you know what? The one that displays in clear text, you know what? Let's make that the secret. That's brilliant. Well, that really should have been piped. I'm going to Control C. I'm going to put that into crime 2023.csv. Okay. And 76,444 results. That seems about right. Oh, that did work. Oh. Single pipe, maybe. Okay. And this is what I was talking about. Wow, sorry for the long video and the detours there. But even though it says with the app token, you won't get throttled, what I found is you can pass the limit argument here with the $sign, the question $sign, and I just set this to a ridiculous amount. Well, I don't know. It is Chicago. We do have a lot of crime. But what did I set that to? 500 million? 50 million? But then that works just fine. But there's a lot of good data you can do with this. I mean, it's not just the crime data. You can browse. Some of this is data that people make dashboards out of. So it's not really too useful to download. I think it's 411 is not emergency. 311. There we go. So 311 is non-emergency requests. So if you're reporting rats or noise disturbance, that kind of thing. So that might be a good data set. But again, you would follow this same pattern. Oh, that was in terminal. You would go up here, go to the API. I was doing CSV. You can do JSON, GeoJSON. Let's see. And then you would just copy that. And keep all of that. I suppose if I wanted to be more efficient, I would just keep this last part here as a variable, do an F string if you're using Python, and just put in the URLs. Should have updated that CSV name. I guess a lot of people are calling 411, although so it launched in 2018. So this is going to pull down all of the 311 data from 2018 to the present. And at one point, I was about to give up on retrieving data from the Chicago data portal, other than just doing it manually. And I happen to have a friend in Seattle, and I was like, you know what? Seattle, they've got a lot of tech and all that good stuff. They probably got a really easy way to pull the data down. But I was a little disheartened because I went to their website and the login page seemed eerily familiar. Actually, let's just do Seattle Data Portal. Yeah, and you'd have a sign in here. but I used my sign-in that I created with the Chicago data portal, and that was this. I don't know how they're related to Socrata, really what it is, other than they very much irritated me. But again, they're providing data, and I guess I really can't ding them too hard. But that's it for this video. Again, follow these steps. Sorry about the detour. Again, my profile. Do the edit, developer settings, create new app token, and for whatever reason, use the app token that's shown in plain text. Set your limit to some ungodly number, $$ app token, put that in there. You can pipe it out. I'm going to delete all these, so I'm just going to Control C that. Maybe my limit wasn't high enough because it already grabbed, what is that, 3 million and some change. Yeah, if you just use requests in Python, you can grab the JSON or the CSV and hopefully have some fun, make some cool projects. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in another one.